Cassi.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
I give it real Cassi.
Yeah.
I let it ride.
Very like radio voice.
Yeah.
It's Cassie in the bed. Yeah.
We
Cassi
should
in
have
the
a
morning.
soundboard.
Oh my God. Don't
No.
threaten me with a good time.
No, we should not. We definitely should not.
That's not, I'm not responsible enough for that kind of thing.
No.
I did come across an article that I want to talk to you guys about because I learned a brand new term and I'm very excited about it.
Okay.
It was in an issue of Well Plus Good, and the title is Groundhogging is when you keep dating the same type of person again and again.
I need to know who's in charge of coming up with these names.
Very clever.
Like they're like who
That's
is
good.
just deciding? Like is someone in some like
just the
news
zeitgeist,
office
yeah.
is just like groundhogging? Yes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like just the first to write about it. But yeah, I mean like we all know those people. We have
Yeah.
all had those girlfriends where it's just like you're like, oh my God, thank God when they finally break up with Brad or whatever, and then they start dating Chad, and you're like, oh my God,
It's the same.
It's the same guy.
It's the same
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah. No, I went through a groundhogging phase, I think, in my like late teens, early 20s.
Sure.
Well, yeah,
you-
that's
I
the
mean-
time to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody has a type.
I was just going to say, there's a difference between having a type and having
Well,
It's there
no
though.
boundaries.
Yeah, I mean, because like I don't know, some
not
people's
learning.
types are toxic. Like
Right.
I feel like some people just like really,
Yeah.
and if you don't stop and take a look at yourself, you will start going back to the same type of toxic every time.
Yeah.
Well, that was my issue, when I was younger, was I didn't take the time between relationships
Yeah.
to be single, to be alone, to like really figure that out. So you do
Self-explore.
make the
Yeah.
same mistakes, and obviously a lot of times we're drawn to situations that are comfortable for us. And sometimes our situations are not, like you said, they're toxic. They can be like,
Right. And usually it's something to do with you, right?
Yeah,
Like if you're
100.
always like gravitating towards people you need to fix, why? Why do you need to fix them? Like maybe you need to go to therapy and work out your childhood trauma.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Therapy corner.
Oh, yes, therapy corner. But yeah, it says here's why it happens. So I want to know. It's a title. The references to the 1993 rom-com Groundhog Day.
Yep.
Oh,
Just
okay.
kind of keep reliving the same day over
Over and
and
over.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So while this tendency to continually date the same kind of person may spring from good intentions, like a feeling of comfort or a desire to go after a specific type that you think is right for you, dating experts say it can seriously hinder your chances at finding genuine love.
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I can see that.
It's just basically, I love the fact that I was right. Like these therapists and that sort of thing are saying like you need to take time after a relationship ends. Otherwise, you just groundhog to another similar person and date them, only for that relationship to inevitably end as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think that, we get into a cycle. We do the same thing with everything in our lives, right? You get something that's comfortable. You start,
Right. Same reason why
repeating that.
we make the same like 10 meals over
Yes.
and over
Yeah.
again.
Oh my God. Wow, I feel triggered.
Me too.
That
I mean,
is-
listen, same.
that is
Do you want to know like how
real.
many recipes are on my like vegetarian Pinterest board?
Oh, yeah.
And how many of those I've actually made? Like literally all day, every day, I'm like pinning things. I'm like,
Yeah.
that looks good. That looks good. How many do I make?
Yeah.
Do I just go back to making like black bean quesadillas every week? Yeah.
Because it's so easy.
Yeah,
And
'cause
you know it.
I know what I'm getting myself
Yeah.
into, and I think that there's a certain amount of that with dating too. Is like, even if on some level you can recognize that this doesn't work for you or this is toxic for you.
Yeah.
It's that comfort. It's just like, well, at least it's a devil, It's like, at least I know,
Right.
what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
Whereas some people, I mean, I've seen it with people who like treat them right after they've been in relationships with people who haven't treated them right in a long time. Like they don't know what to
Yes.
do with it.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
suspicious of it.
Dude,
I
I gotta be honest. That's how I was with Chris.
Yeah.
Truly. Oh my God, that's such a
So
good
like,
point.
what the fuck do you want?
Yeah. Oh, well,
Why are you
we
being
know
so
that
nice?
we
Yeah.
know that I hate romance because I have this kind of like, what do you want from me attached to it, which is, it's, unhealthy, but whatever. Here we are.
Something worth looking at. I mean,
But yeah, and another reason why is like if you're continuing to like groundhog to the same person too, if you're like, oh, I want to date a lawyer or whatever,
Oh,
like
right.
you're missing out on what could be like you're limiting yourself.
Yeah.
I think.
Sure.
You know, yeah, like for me, I was very anti-nice guy for a while.
Well, whoever goes through a phase.
Yeah.
You're like, don't be nice to me. It's just, I'm not there right yet.
No, I'm not ready.
I'm not in the right headspace for nice.
I don't think I've ever gone through that phase. I'm always like, please be nice to me.
Oh,
always.
man.
I'm like, please be nice to me. I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier.
Truly.
Yeah. How's it feel to have good self-esteem? No, just Oh, man. Well, you guys want to hop into stories?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I am very excited for this one. I want to start off. I don't know why I think this is so funny, but yeah, here we go. Got very drunk on a date. Went to the loo. Mammoth beer-fueled piss.
Oh, man.
Something's not right.
Oh, no.
Something's not right.
Oh, no.
It appears I had just whipped a nut out, happily pissing into my trousers whilst idly waving my nut at the urinal.
No.
What?
How fucked up do you have to be?
Holy fucking shit.
Listen.
Also, how big are your fucking nuts, dude?
That you
My
get it
dude.
confused with your dick.
I saw a TikTok of a guy in a bar who was like facing.
How do you go back to that date?
Who was facing a mirror and he was like trying to fight his reflection in the mirror.
Oh,
yes,
Have you
I
seen
saw that one.
And I'm just like, these are both examples of like, I've never been that drunk.
No.
Not in
Never
in
my
public.
life. I've just like,
Fighting your owner.
y'all.
He just whipped his nut out and he's like,
Just piddled
he
down his
did.
leg.
The answer to your question, Cassie, is he just left and
Yes.
squelched all the way home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you should do.
It's exactly right.
Oh my gosh.
This one's fucking hilarious to me. My ex saw me eat a bit of deodorant off of his bed
What?
because I was eating Cameo cookies or 10 and thought I had dropped some of the cream from the cookie. So she picked up.
I also.
What is
Why
deodorant
is
doing
there
on his bed?
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, a
That's my
deodorant-
question.
Chunk of deodorant, maybe when he was putting it
okay.
on, like a little chunk of it fell off onto his bed.
Oh
That's
my
not that
God.
fucking weird, you guys.
I don't know.
I'm still like, but if everybody's ick in that, I say,
That's
I'd be
really
like,
gross.
let it go.
But you know what? That's not as gross as the one you told last time about like the woman who like ate the napkin. I
Oh
think
my
about
God.
that daily.
Yeah.
I really do. I think about that all the time. It's so fucking gross.
And he's just staring at her like, oh my God.
How did that taste? Okay, this one made me laugh so hard. Okay. I had a date where I was fidgety during a movie because I was so nervous, and I stuck my arm down the cup holder and couldn't get it back out. My date had to get the theater manager, and they put butter from the popcorn on my arm to grease it up so it would slide out. On a date, your arm's just stuck in the cup holder. They have to grease you up with movie theater butter.
You smell great.
Oh my God. That is so fucking
I'm sorry,
embarrassing.
I'm changing my name.
I
Like,
had
imagine. And there's other people in the theater.
Oh my
Imagine.
God. I'm hoping they waited until we're done.
Oh my God.
I had a
over.
coworker that went to Target one time and was just like fucking around, like getting stuff with the basket, and got his fucking arm stuck in a
Dude.
Target basket.
No. My
They-
anxiety.
They had to call the fire department to cut him out of it.
Absolutely not. No.
That kind of
No.
thing. I
No.
would leave with the basket on my arm. I'd be like, I'll figure this out later. I'm like, nobody can see. I like.
The fucking fire department and
anxiety I would
firemen.
have.
They're like, and it was a guy, and he's like,
Shoot me. Shoot me.
You know when you do something stupid like that too, like there's a very specific kind of panic that rises up
Yes.
inside of you. The moment when you can't, like I've been there before. I can't think of like a specific example, but like definitely there's a moment when you realize you're stuck.
Yeah.
And you're just like, no.
Start
No,
sweating.
no. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're trying to like force your arm out.
It's like trying on like a bathing suit top or something. You're
Oh,
like,
geez.
sit up in.
That,
You're like,
that has happened to me. Oh my God.
Getting
that has
stuck
happened to me.
in an
Getting
outfit?
Stuck in an outfit in a dressing room.
No.
I put on a
Sweat.
dress that like didn't have, it was so hard to get into. It like didn't have zippers and it was really tight. And it was long sleeves too. And I could not get it over my head. I was literally, it was that exact thing where I was having that moment of panic where I was like,
can feel
I'm
that.
going to have to
I'm getting
call
sweaty.
an attendant
To help
here
me.
to help pull me.
Excuse me, can you come here and shut the curtain, please?
Like you can't breathe either because it's just like hanging over your head. Oh my God. That it was truly, I was sweating. And then that relief that you feel, that like immediate cooling feeling that you get like whenever you're like, oh
And then
God,
you
I can
throw
breathe
it
again.
away from you.
You're like, ugh, never. That was actually one of the scenes in the sexy book I just finished reading.
Oh.
She got stuck in a dress in the
bet she
dressing room,
did.
and then the bodyguard had to help her out of it.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Sounds like a bad porn. Who's decide? Okay, this is completely off topic, but I feel like there's a whole porn genre of like got
Being stuck in things?
under the couch, got stuck in the washing machine,
Come on.
got stuck under the coffee table, and I'm like, what kind of whack ass furniture do you people have? How are you getting stuck under a coffee table?
I think it's not. But
It's
so
fucking
weird.
cringe.
It's so
It's
weird.
really
but at least make
cringe.
it realistic. I mean, if you're going to get stuck in something, at least that one in the dressing room, I'm like, okay,
we've
that
all
happened.
been there.
Yeah.
We've been stuck in something. But like the washer?
A washing machine? How?
What are you stuck
First
on?
of all,
How?
why is your whole body in it? How do you load a washing machine? I have questions.
I'm stuck under the bed with
How?
What?
How
On what?
low is this bed?
It doesn't
On
make any
what?
sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay. Started getting friendly with a girl years ago. When I was 18, she was 19. We talked a lot, and she said she had never been stoned and wanted to try it. And as I was a big weed smoker at the time, I asked her out on a date. Couple of drinks and a spliff later, she just started spewing constantly.
Yeah, never
Dude,
crossfade.
But
why?
Dumb.
at
Would you
the same
get
time,
twisted?
farting like a trooper.
Oh, babe.
I'm not talking like small farts, but proper clappers.
Oh, no. Oh,
Vomiting and
babe.
farting at the same time was enough to put me off. So I thought we ended up with each other for 5 years.
Oh my God.
Wow. Listen, if you're someone's friend and they tell you they want to get stoned, you need to set up a very safe environment for them. Do not like have a few drinks and then decide like now's
Let
the
her
time.
like split an entire like
No.
fucking
No,
joint with you.
like,
no,
getting
one
twisted.
Let's see how you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's
Let's
not
wait.
Let's not crossfade.
Yeah, let's do
not-
this the right way. Like, okay, I've got like a bunch of waters, some Gatorades, a bunch of snacks,
Yep.
some
Yeah.
funny movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're going to start slow.
Yeah.
Like just one puff. Start slow, build your way up.
Yeah.
No drinking involved. Okay?
We're gonna watch Zoolander.
Right. Exactly. This is how it should be.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said proper clappers.
Oh my God. Is he British? I bet he's British.
That tracks. Grinding on him, went low, fell on my ass at the club twice. Making out, coughed right in his mouth. No warning.
No.
God.
What if someone coughed in your mouth? Oh no.
Oh, that no.
Was pretty drunk both times.
I
No,
cannot
you
imagine.
don't say.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine.
God.
Someone coughing in your mouth.
No, thank you.
Ew. Okay. He spent almost 30 minutes complaining about women and why they shouldn't be in the workforce because they take too many bathroom breaks. He told me, prepare. He told me he sat outside his office's bathroom and timed women entering and exiting. I stood up and left when he got to that part.
Serial killer.
Also,
You're
shouldn't you
wasting
be
time.
working?
Right. Like women waste too much time going to the bathroom. Meanwhile, you have
wait.
the time to sit outside the bathroom
And time him
and time them.
for what? Oh my God.
Can you
I'm
fucking
calling
imagine?
HR
Could you
immediately.
fucking
I'm like,
imagine being on a
Susan,
date with that person?
did
No.
you know that this is what Craig is doing all day?
Oh, it's definitely a Craig.
Dude, you know
He's
what?
timing us in the fucking bathroom.
I really I hear about these things and I'm like, these people have to be a rarity. But then we come back from we were just in Denver and just talking to men and the things that men think they can say to you
Yeah.
about women,
Yeah.
just blanket statements about women where you're just like, you're talking to a woman.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I think also there used to be a time And I think there probably still is. That's the reason why, the term pick me exists, where men could say stuff like that and we would have to play along with them, or like, well, I'm one of the cool ones or, whatever.
Cool,
but
I pee really fast.
I think that time is done for a lot of us.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked before we started recording about that BuzzFeed article about like, how does the red pill movement, like, how do you feel about being attracted to men, knowing that the red pill movement is out
Not
there
great.
and it's
Not great.
Yeah, exactly. It's like sometimes like when you're in these situations like conferences or something like that where it's a lot of men.
Yeah.
It's
had
a
a
real
man-
fucking bummer.
I had a man try to mansplain Hugh Hefner to me.
Yeah.
And I was just
Yeah.
like, what are we doing? Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
You'd really like him though if you knew him. If you got to meet him, you'd really like him.
R.I.P.
It's not a problem I have to think about. So there you go. Okay. During a date, I was out at a bar with a guy. A woman came in I knew, and they acknowledged each other with a small wave. And when she saw me, she gave me a weird look and hurriedly turned her back. He seemed puzzled and asked if I knew her, to which I responded, yeah, but not in a good way.
Oh.
I asked if she was an ex of his, and he just laughed and said no. Here's where I screwed up. I said, oh, that's a good thing. Trust me. And proceeded to tell him how
it's his
I knew
sister.
her,
No.
which
Oh,
is
no.
what she was sleeping with my best friend, gave him an STD. Then she stalked him for months after he dumped her and even tried to baby trap him, which is when my friend found out she was married the whole time. And I ended my rant with, she's a dirty whore and a horrible person, which was when he said,
That's my
she's
sister.
my sister.
Oh my
Babe.
God.
Babe.
Honey.
You look.
You don't
listen,
recover from that.
And you also,
don't
if
recover
it's
from
clear
that.
that they have some kind of relationship, figure out it. But you know what? We all know our siblings, right? We fucking know. Like, we're like, yeah, sounds like Jennifer. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, but you still can't,
You can't
Yeah.
call
you
her.
can't call her that. No,
Also, you
that's
can't, you can't back off that.
No.
And that's the thing. You may know Jennifer, but let some other motherfucker come in here and talk about Jennifer.
Yeah,
I fucking dare you.
Because that's your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah,
your sibling.
exactly.
You can talk shit about your sibling, but nobody else is allowed to.
Yeah, I
it's like
fucking dare
it's
you.
like America.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Never been
I
more
hate her.
patriotic than whenever I hear people talking.
Do you know
shit.
what I learned today, Cass? That
What's
I
that?
thought that you might like? That there was like in the 1830s, there was a war between Ohio and Michigan called
yeah.
the Toledo War.
I did not know that.
Well,
I didn't
because
know
the way
that.
that they drew the line
Yeah.
between Michigan and Toledo should have technically been part of Michigan, but it was drawn raw. So then they fought over that line of that strip of. I mean, let's be honest.
Toledo?
Really, we're gonna fight. Yeah,
Want to fight over Toledo?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
We won?
I guess. I mean, it is Toledo,
No.
Ohio. So
There we go.
all we do is win, 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 no
There you
matter
go.
what.
The Ohio Michigan beef is so funny. As an outsider,
They try to say that that's what started it, is that Ohio Michigan quote unquote
War.
battle or whatever. Like, but I'm like, no, it's all about bro football shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I fully subscribe.
no, I
Fully.
know. Every time, like because we were just at that conference. Every time, Cassie, you get introduced to someone from Michigan, you're like, oh. There's always like that's too bad.
That's awful for you.
Guess we won't be friends.
What was your name? I don't remember it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not important.
Yeah. Okay. So my last one. I actually texted him just now and to ask him what was the most embarrassing moment. We both thought about the same one. I was role playing with him during sex. I got a little too into it.
Okay.
Went to slap his cheek, missed, slapped him right in the ear.
Oh.
And we had to stop because his ear started ringing for a solid hour.
Babe, how hard did you hit him? How
It doesn't even
hard?
matter when you clap an ear like that,
Oh
man.
man, yeah, you're done.
I
Sexy
also,
time is done.
I can't get into role playing. I just can't do it. I can't take it seriously.
yeah.
enough. Like it seems silly.
Yeah, I've
depends.
tried it a couple times. It is very silly, but
Yeah.
it can be fun with the right person.
With the right accent.
With the
well,
right
you know
accent.
me.
Or the wrong accent.
It's gonna pull me out of it. You know, nothing will pull me out faster than bad acting.
Bad acting,
Okay, so
yeah.
I'm just like, like I
like-
need you to go take some classes before we engage in this.
Yeah.
Wollaby, 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 wollaby. You're a whore.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Now I sound Scottish. What?
Oh, whoa!
just all over the place.
Okay. I was asked to guess his age while on the date. First of all, don't do that. I fucking hate that. Can we not? Can we stop that?
Yeah.
How old do I look? Stop it.
No, please. I don't want to know.
Someone's feelings are going to get hurt.
Yep.
Stop it.
Not a fun game.
I hate being asked that. And I have been asked that way too many fucking times
Yeah.
in my life.
How
And
old
I'm
do I look?
and I'm
Stop
like,
it.
I am so bad at guessing. I'm so bad at it.
Yeah, me
So
too.
I definitely, every time I have offended somebody, and not on purpose, because I'm just like, I don't know. Please don't ask me. I'm not good at this
Let's not
game.
do this. We
No.
don't have to. No one's forcing us.
No.
We could just stop. Okay.
25?
Yeah. You look like a
12.
15. Yeah.
I don't know.
I shouldn't be on this date. Okay. I was asked to guess his age while on the date and found out he was 28 while I was 19. He then proceeded to tell me he'd give me his mom's recipes to try and cook so he could see if I'd be good wife material.
Yuck.
Well,
19 years old.
No, it's
He's
not as bad
28.
as that fucking email that we just got, though.
Oh,
I was like, have you listened to our show?
Is the answer.
No.
is the answer.
Why do you think it's a good idea? Of like, you can come on and we can roast your ass, but anyways, I have two to end on. One is just one sentence.
Oh, great.
So I don't know why I think it's so funny, but the sentence is, I have a bad habit of talking about the Jonestown massacre at length during first date.
That we should go on a date. I'll go on a date with that person. The way I've watched that documentary so many times.
Christina. So, I don't know if you watched a little documentary about the Jonestown. What?
I sure have. Let's talk
Let's
about
talk
it.
about it.
Oh, my God.
It's so funny, but I'm like, this has happened like multiple times then.
Yeah.
Multiple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, people get nervous and they just they slip into their comfort
Their comfort zone.
topics.
And is the Jonestown massacre.
like,
Oh, my God.
have you heard about this?
Have you heard about this? You know about this? This is crazy. Okay. And then I had a first date during which I was too hungover. And the guy on the date was just as unwell. It was a lunch date.
Just
and I
cancel.
kept running to the toilets thinking I was about to spew.
Just cancel.
So did he. We tried going for a walk to get fresh air, and he threw up
guys.
what he had just eaten on the floor in front of me.
Honey.
Every few meters, we both had to stop as we doubled over in discomfort. Obviously, we
Babes.
both agreed to cut it short and go home. And as we parted ways, he went in for a hug. I
No.
had to decline because he had definitely gotten vomit on himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
honey.
Plot twist, we got married and have a
Oh.
kid, but Jesus, it was a terrible first date.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The fact that they were both sick,
It's just
that's just wild. Like, maybe,
just
call
fist
it.
bump and
Guys,
call it a day.
Yeah.
Fucking reschedule.
You're like, let's go to 7-Eleven, get some fucking
Pedialyte,
Gatorades,
yeah.
and just fucking go home and try it again.
This.
We
We
know.
don't have to do this.
No.
We don't
But
have
man,
to.
that is one thing. That is one rule that I set up for myself was just like, I will never be hungover like that again in my
Yeah.
life. I refuse.
Yeah.
Whatever I have to do to avoid ever being that hungover again, it is so uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, and if you have to do anything, like fucking forget about it.
yeah. Have you tried that Z-Biotics stuff? Zbiotics.com/myworstdate. No,
Oh, really?
we don't really.
Oh, I was like, really? I was like, shit, let's go. Like, wait, what?
No, it's supposed to be like a better version of like liquid IV or whatever.
never
But yeah.
checked.
Yeah. I mean, just do a 1-for-1. Like,
Yeah,
if you're,
glass
just
of water.
A glass of water for
Always.
everything you drink. Like, you'll be okay.
My brother and his husband, that's a rule out in WeHo.
One for one.
1 for 1.
Well, in WeHo especially because
Oh,
those
shit.
things are double.
I feel like you should 2 for 1.
Yeah, all the TikToks of like you just ordered a vodka soda in West Hollywood, and they're just like the bartender's just dancing, just pouring the Tito's,
Pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring.
until it's like an inch from the top, and they're like, "Oh, whoopsies!"
soda.
Yeah,
Yeah, that tracks.
that is what you get when you go to West Hollywood. It is deceptive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys have a story to share with us, be it short or long, go to our one-stop shop of website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com. And we love you so much.
Cheers.